Okay, I think I'm live. Think so. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm live. So, I think I wait until people start showing up. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Very awkward. That's Monday night. I wonder. Oh, so this will give me all of the week. I think it will. Yeah, I think it does. So Chiefs, Panthers, and Falcons. Alright. I don't really know how live streams work on here. My viewer comments show up on screen there. This is an example. On screen. Pretty cool. Banners. Sample banners. Enable banner. Click on the banner. Show it on screen. Oh, that's kind of cool. I can create a banner like. What's it talking about right now? Alright, so I'm just gonna get started. Um, I don't know how this thing works, so yeah. Week 1, kicking off the NFL. Pretty strong. Lions versus Chiefs. Lions at Chiefs. Well, I think this is going to be a good game to kick off the season. And yes, before anybody says, I know this is really early predictions, but I've got nothing better to do. So I think this is going to be a high scoring game. The Lions have upgraded on offense and defense. Obviously, we won't have Jamison Williams, which is going to hurt us. But I'm going to have Chiefs 30, Lions 27. Yeah, do I think the Lions are going to do good this season? Yes. But the Super Bowl champions, I don't know. It's going to be pushing it. But hey, would I love to be wrong there? Exactly. I'd love to be wrong. But yeah, I don't think I will be. Maybe with the scores, I've just decided to do scores. I was going to come into this and just say, hey, I think Chiefs are going to win. But now I'm going to give scores. Panthers and Falcons. Panthers at Falcons. Do I think that'll be the best game to watch on the Sunday? Probably not. Especially, dang, there's a lot of there's so many more games you can watch on Sunday for the 1 o'clock. I think I gotta give this one to the Panthers. Panthers, Bryce Young's gonna come in, he's gonna light it up. I don't think it's gonna be too high scoring of a game though. I think the Panthers are gonna win 21-17. Ooh. Texans and Ravens. It's no lie. I'm not a Ravens fan, but I think they can be good if they got rid of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is good for running the ball, but teams have proven in the past if you can stop his running ability, the Ravens aren't winning the game. But on the other hand, I don't think the Texans have what it takes with their young defensive line to stop the Ravens. So I'm going to give that one to the Ravens. They're going to score. Can see them kind of taking this one away, but not too bad. Let's do 27. I still got to write this down. Do I think CJ Stroud's going to do good this year? To be determined. It's either way right now. Either way right now. Wouldn't surprise me if he does good, but then again, it wouldn't not surprise me if he did bad. But I do give this one to the Ravens. I think the Texans are going to score 14 points in Week 1 of the NFL. Okay, with that being said, we now have the Bengals and the Browns. Listen. Everyone's wanting Deshaun Watson to go into the Browns and fix them. I don't think he can do it. So Deshaun Watson, yes, he's a decent QB. He's not the greatest, but he's decent. But can he fix a team like the Browns? No, I don't think he can. Do I think they're going to score some points? I don't even know if he's clear to play. Yeah, why are you texting me? I thought I was. I'm not now. Okay, so that still works. That's good to know. Okay. So Bengals and Browns. Bengals and Browns. So I'm having the Bengals win that one here. I think the Browns defense can keep it within like winning range, but I don't think the Browns can pull it off this year. So I'm gonna do Bengals 21, Browns 14. And if anybody in the comments want to tell me if they agree with me or not, just let me know. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know your standings on the thing. Jaguars and the Colts. Favorite team is the Bengals. Well, they're a good team to root for. All right, yeah, this is actually a cool little website. I'm getting off track. Jags and the Colts. The Colts just did pretty good in this draft, I'd like to say. Going out, and I think, didn't they pick up Anthony Richardson? Let me check. I think they got Anthony Richardson. Richardson. Because everyone thought they were going to get Will Levis. But I think he went. Yeah, he went to the Colts. So, I don't think Anthony Richardson can outperform. I don't think Anthony Richardson can outperform. What's their plan? Oh, I clicked on something. Well, I got a brain fart. I don't think Anthony Richardson can outperform the Jaguars QB right now. Anthony Richardson does have a good arm. He's got potential. But right now, I think Anthony Richardson needs coached up. So right now, I'm going to be going with Jaguars taking that one. Another low scoring game. We're going to actually do this one 17-14 Jags. 17-14 Jags. And I'm getting texts. Where are you? StreamYard. I'm recording this through StreamYard. Buccaneers at Vikings. Man, Baker Mayfield just getting traded to the Bucks. So that's gonna be a little tough. Bucks at Vikings. I'd love to see Baker Mayfield perform good with the Buccaneers. You know, I've always kind of liked Baker Mayfield, but I don't think Baker Mayfield can come out here and beat the Vikings. So I'm going to say Bucks 14, Vikings 21. Tennessee and New Orleans. Who Tennessee get? Did they get anybody good? Oh, I'm writing all of this down. That's why it's taking a little bit. I don't even know if you can read it. That's why it's taking a little bit. Of course, I dropped my pencil. At Saints. Now, the Saints division. It was a tough one for me to choose a winner in that division because if any QB comes out and plays good, it wouldn't surprise me if any of those teams won. I think Ryan Tannehill is on his way out the door with the Titans, but I think they are good enough with Derrick Henry right now in order to beat the Saints. I have the Titans winning 20 to 14. We'll keep it close. I think the Saints can keep it interesting, but in the end, it's hard to stop Derrick Henry. Niners and the Steelers. Niners have a QB problem here. Will the Niners go with Brock Purdy, Trey Lance? It's to be determined right now. But they're playing the Steelers. So either way, either one they start, I can see them beating the Steelers. What do you think of 49ers? Ooh, the Niners picking Jake Moody as a kicker. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, this draft was one of the weirdest drafts I've ever seen in all of my years of watching football. Jake Moody, correct me if I'm wrong, got picked in the third round. Third round. That's unthinkable in this era of football. Now, with that being said, they don't really need a kicker. They need a guy who can kick field goals. Not field goals, extra points. Because they have that type of offense that they don't need somebody to kick field goals. Because you can almost count on them scoring a touchdown like every drive. So all they need to do is score extra points. But in the third round, man, I'm not even gonna lie. I predicted him going in the seventh, and he went in the third. The third. That's unheard of. 49ers and Steelers. I think the Niners are gonna pull that one off. There's no doubt about it. Niners are gonna pull it off. This answer depends on their QB because I think Trey Lance has a little more like training and development than Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy was there last year when Trey Lance went down. So Brock Purdy has proven he can do it, but Trey Lance has also proven he can do it. It's a toss-up. Right now, it's a toss-up. So I'm going to go 49ers 24 to the Steelers 10. I think the Steelers defense is, yes, good, but I don't think it's as good as everyone's saying. Cardinals and Commanders. Yeah, last year Niners made the playoffs. Yeah, the Niners made the playoffs last year. They actually made it to the NFC Championship game and got beat out by the Eagles, who ended up being beaten, of course, by the Chiefs. But yeah, Niners made it to the playoffs, and they also picked a kicker in the third round. Will that come in handy? It could. It could help them out in the long run. I wanted my Detroit Lions to pick them, but I think we got a good draft class under us. The Cardinals at the Washington Commanders. That is not an easy one to predict. Cards at Commanders. Cardinals at the Commanders. I would love to see the Commanders do good. I would love to see every team that has like a bad season the year before or a couple of years before do good. But I think both of these teams aren't going to be too good this year. Kyler Murray, good QB, but he's a little short. The Commanders, I think all the Commanders are missing is that QB. If the Commanders were able to get a good QB, I think they have the weapons with Terry McLaurin. Yeah, Terry McLaurin. I think Logan Thomas is a Commander, or Ian Thomas, or I don't know, I think he's a tight end. He's either a Commander or a Panther. But I think I gotta give this one to the Commanders. That's tough. We're giving it to the Commanders. Mark my words. And I'm gonna try to remember my predictions here for week 1 of the NFL. When it's actually the week 1 of the NFL to see how close my predictions were. I will hopefully be doing a watch party for the Lions and Chiefs game Thursday to kick off the NFL. I love saying that. but I think the Commanders are going to win. But it's not going to be a high-scoring game. 17-10. Cardinals are going to keep it interesting, but Commanders take it by 7. The Packers and the Bears. You have the worst team in the NFL in the Bears, which isn't biased. I'm not saying that because I'm a Lions fan. They actually had the number 1 pick, but traded it to the Panthers. And the Packers. I think this all depends on how Jordan Love is playing. Right now, I'm going to say Jordan Love is unproven just because we haven't seen him really in an NFL game. And this is his first week 1 start. So I think I got to give this one to the Bears, but it's not going to be a high-scoring game. Packs at Bears. It wouldn't surprise me if this is a really, really low-scoring game. Like maybe 7-10, something close like that. I don't see these teams getting up into the 20s and 30s. With that being said, I am going to pick the Bears to win it by 3. How much by 3? Well, my brain's about to tell me. Go 10-13. I don't know why I picked that. I just did. Broncos at Raiders. All right. If y'all watched my first episode of my podcast, GGN, you'll know I have the Broncos as probably one of the most underrated teams this year. They just went out and got Sean Payton, the QB whisperer. And just because Russell Wilson had 1 bad season with the Broncos doesn't mean he's going to have another one. The Broncos have a young receiving core, young, fast receiving core. I think Javonte Williams is their running back. They got a pretty good defense. Last year, I said that division got interesting, but this year it really did get interesting. With the Broncos going out and getting Sean Payton, I think that changed up the entire division. That being said, do I think Raiders and Jimmy G over the Russell Wilson and Broncos? I don't follow the AFC much, but I think that's a divisional game. I think they're in the same division. I gotta go with Broncos. It's at the Broncos Stadium, which I don't know. It doesn't tell me the name of the stadium, but it's at Broncos Stadium, which is gonna help out the Broncos a lot. So I gotta give it to the Broncos. Another low-scoring game. I don't think this will get too crazy. I think this is gonna be. I think Broncos are gonna score 27 to the Raiders 20. Again, Raiders are going to keep it close with their defense and not Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, who I believe led the league in rushing last year. Yeah, Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing last year. So I think he's going to keep it close. But I don't think close enough to win in the game. After the Raiders and the Broncos, Dolphins and the Chargers. Dolphins and the Chargers. I think the Dolphins are getting good. The Dolphins are getting scary good. Good enough to win the AFC? Debatable. Good enough to contend in the NFC? Yeah. Better than the Chargers? Debatable. I think that's an any given Sunday thing. But if you want to be technical, any game can be an any given Sunday game. I gotta go with the Dolphins there. They're built for a win now. They are built for a win now. With what they did, I think, didn't they just get Jalen Ramsey? I think they just got Jalen Ramsey. So I think that defense is gonna be good enough to stop the Chargers, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Um, I think they're gonna have to rely on the run game mostly, because I don't think the Dolphins have too good of a defensive line. So I think you're gonna have to rely on the run game with Austin Eckler. And don't get me wrong, Austin Eckler is a good running back, but he's a little older. And you might have to throw in some rookies, but I think the Dolphins are going to take that one. 17-10. 17-10 Dolphins. Now, Eagles and the Patriots. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I thought the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl last year. But turf problems messed that up, and some interesting calls toward the end also messed that up. So, do I think the Eagles have it in them to win a Super Bowl? Yes, I do. I would have bet money on the Eagles winning last year if I was old enough to bet. That sounded dumb. Okay. I thought Jalen Ramsey is no longer a free agent. Hold on. Two things. Oh, I'll read that later. Jalen Ramsey, I'm going to look it up right now. J-A-L, Jalen Ramsey. No, I think Jalen Ramsey is a Miami Dolphin. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm sticking with it. I think the Dolphins' defense is going to be good enough to keep them in the game and win the game. Eagles and Patriots. I do believe they're a rivalry. So I do believe that'll be a good game. But in the end, the Eagles are a better team there. So I do believe the Eagles are going to beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots can do great. But, I mean, when you have Bill Belichick as a coach, you're automatically in the conversation for great. Bill Belichick turned a 7th round QB into the greatest of all time. So, with that being said, with what I know, I think the Eagles are going to win that game. But it's going to be a little close. I don't know a lot of people on the Patriots. So, we're going to go Eagles. Eagles 27. The Patriots, is it possible to score 25 points? 14, 15, 25. Pats and the Eagles. All right, final 3 teams. 3 more teams. And then I guess I stay in here and chat for a while. 3 more teams. Final 3 teams. Those final 3 teams are the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. Then you have the Cowboys at the Giants. So, and then you also have the Bills and the Jets for week for the Week 1 finale. All right. Rams and Seahawks. Wow. This is going to be tough because the Matthew Stafford situation, he says he's good to play, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust Matt Stafford and staying healthy for the full season, considering the injury he just had with his spine. The Seahawks are a tough team. They proved it last year that they're not meant to be slept on. But do I think that was a hoax? I think some of the games were close that the Seahawks should have lost. But in the end, they did win them, which is how they ended up in the playoffs. I think I gotta give it to the Seahawks in count of Matt Stafford's injury. If you have any questions for me or just questions about football stuff, leave them down below, and I will be answering them after I'm done with my Week 1 predictions. And if there are no questions, I will probably end the stream after this. I think the Rams are gonna lose. I think they're gonna lose by 14. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. I think it's gonna be 14 Rams to the Seahawks 28. Seahawks have a young team. They've got DK Metcalf. Who's that other one? Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. The Rams got Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Matt Stafford, but I don't know if Matt Stafford's going to stay healthy for the full season. All right. Everyone calls this America's Game of the Week. The greatest NFL game. Well, I guess if it's one of your guys' teams. Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. I love football in general. I'm a football guy. So any game I watch is my game of the week. Unless it's the Lions, then I'm a Lions fan. Yeah. You obviously love your team, but after you're done with your team, I go watch other teams. So I think this is going to be a close game. This is definitely going to be a close game. Oh, it's at G. And it's at the Giants Stadium. With that being said, I've said that a lot. I've said with that being said a lot. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to make a counter of every single time I've said that. That just crossed my mind. I've said that a lot. Okay. I think the Giants can win this one because, let's be honest, Cowboys. See, I don't know. Because the Cowboys, they're good unless it's towards the end of the season. So one of these years, end of the season Cowboys can be the beginning of the season Cowboys. I think I'm giving that one to the Giants. They have improved a lot. Sorry. They have improved a lot over the years. And I think they're at that point where they can be an honest contender in their division. I'm probably sounding like a moron right now without even checking. But they can be an honest contender in their division. And I think they can honestly push for a playoff win. I don't even know if they won a playoff game last year. Okay, well, if they won a playoff game last year, then they already got their playoff win. I think they can push for an NFC Championship appearance in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm going to give that one to the Giants. Home field advantage, week 1. It's an 8:30, 8:20. When do we start playing games at 8:20? Thought it was 8:30. Giants 28, Cowboys 21. Giants are going to win that in the very last moments of the game. They are going to score the game-winning touchdown with probably 2-3 minutes left. That is my prediction. And with that, this is our final team. Final early prediction of the NFL Week 1. We have the Bills and the Jets. Bills at the Jets. 2 New York teams going at it. The Jets just got Aaron Rodgers. They got a bunch of new weapons. So this is definitely going to be a game I'm going to tune into. I'll say this. If you want me to do a watch party of the Bills and the Jets, I will do a watch party if I get it. I don't know if I get ESPN. Okay, I don't know if I get it, but if I get it, I will do a watch party of the Bills and the Jets because this is going to be a good game. This could be the AFC Championship game in Week 1. I could be talking up the Jets right now. I could be talking up the Bills because I feel for Josh Allen. He's got the weapons, but he can't make it to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. He makes it to the playoffs every year. Like, they win their division by like 2-3 games every year. And they still somehow find a way to lose in the playoffs. Yeah, when you've got teams like the Bengals and I remembered his name, but we talked about the Jags so long ago. Trevor Lawrence. I forgot Trevor Lawrence's name. Oh, either way, a team like the Bills, when you gotta face a team like Kansas City or Cincinnati, that's tough. And now that the Jets just got Aaron Rodgers, I both love and hate the Aaron Rodgers trade, and I'll get a little more deep. I'll get a little deeper into that, and either now or in a later video. Bills at Jets. I think this has the potential to be a high-scoring game, like one of the highest-scoring games of all of Week 1. I think Bills are gonna score 37 to the Jets 33. Yeah, I said it. Aaron Rodgers is going to lose his first game as a Jet. And that's not me being biased. The Bills are one of the best teams when it comes to regular season. If you're not playing the Chiefs if you're not playing the Chiefs and you're playing the Bills, you're scared. Last Thanksgiving, I was scared for that game. Playing the Bills, playing Josh Allen on Thanksgiving. Yeah. This year we get the Packers. But I think we're going to win the Thanksgiving game this year. So, I don't like the Aaron Rodgers trade because when we started beating him, he tucked his tail and ran to a different conference, a different division. He's in the AFC now. We can only play him once a year now. I mean, I was so tired of watching Rodgers pull out crazy stuff and beating the Lions. And now we beat the Packers twice in one season, and he's like, deuces, I'm out of here. Okay, so my week 1 predictions are in. If you missed any of them, I guess you can just ask for the game or rewind the video and look at it. Okay, got a couple questions to answer here. Isn't OBJ done with football or no? No, OBJ is actually a Raven now. He got signed to the Ravens not too long ago. So that is going to determine if OBJ has a future career, but he's on the Ravens. And like I said, I don't think Lamar Jackson is a good QB. I said it. But with that, oh, I almost said it again. With having that in my mind, I think OBJ can either do one of two things. This is where his career will go to rot, or he will turn Lamar Jackson's career around, and they'll be in the playoffs this year. Beast. Best? I don't understand that. The best? Was that a comment on the Aaron Rodgers trade? It might have been a comment on the Aaron Rodgers trade. Alright, y'all. I'm going to give it about maybe 2-3 more minutes to let questions come in. And then I'm probably going to call it a wrap. I've had fun doing this. And yes, like I said in the beginning, I know this is really, really early. This is a really early prediction video. But I've got my season predictions already written down. And some of this stuff is a little interesting. I'll give you guys a little what my thinking was. The AFC South. I'm not going to give who I have winning. The AFC South was one of the toughest divisions to pick a winner in. Any team can win that division. Any team. It would not surprise me if the Buccaneers won that division, if the Panthers won that division, if the Falcons won that division, or the Saints. They all have a team that's good with a good QB. With a serviceable QB, serviceable. With a QB you can use. Every team in the AFC South can be good. Great? I don't think so. Not yet. Good? Yes. I think every team in the AFC South can be good. So that division, in my head, was one of the toughest to predict a winner. Alright, y'all. I know I didn't record a video last week, so I'm going to try to record 1, maybe 2 more videos this week. So this is my apology for not recording a video last week. I hope this makes it up. Like I said, I'm planning on recording another video about something later on this week, maybe middle towards the end. And yeah, that was my predictions. If you like them, hate them, have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.